Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
Oh, well, it's very interesting, to come on home and listen to the same old stuff where people talk about, idolization of these people here. Meg Thee Stallion joins the MCU. Wow, big deal. Hey, considering all the money I spent on it, I should be in it too, in addition to a whole bunch of other people. Oh, and I see my brother is talking about the Cleveland Cavs. He'd be the only one because nobody really cares right now, especially after Bron left. And not only that, but It's amazing how we're all in this whole, oh, wait, summer's over? Cool. Glad to hear about it because, you know what? It's time for fall fun. And you know something else? It's also time for Welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio!
Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey, what's going on, J360 Legion? How are you all doing tonight? Welcome to the J-Man Show for episode 266. I'm your host, J-Man, of course, and let's get into it. I'm sitting here chilling right now, just having a good time. People are sending me stuff on friggin' Facebook, so let me go ahead and close that out. It's amazing, coming home, hearing the same old. But hey, it's good to be back here on the show that started it all, and I couldn't think of another place to be at right now. Even though it's the alt week and, this is Thursday, you got to make adjustments for things. Especially since, we are on the cusp of another Jams week. So, things are tidying up. I see people have submitted their tracks. I've noticed, some people have been kind of sluggish about it. Let me just tell you guys, okay? Because we're all getting back in the swing of things, and I'm not trying to crack the iron whip right now, but I just want to say this. Usually on Thursday, it's the deadline, Thursday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern. For those of you that live in other countries, because the show is global, you may have to adjust for what it is in your universe. You see what I'm saying? So you might have to go ahead and put a little pep in your step when you submit tracks. It's just a way to keep things organized. And also remember, 2 tracks complete a submission. And if you need to really pay attention to the J360 Jam submission rules, I have the submission rules right here in the description box for this episode, and I think I might have it as a standard item to put in every single description. Just to keep you guys on, just to keep you guys aware, and not only that, hey, it's a party for everybody, so with this being the 3rd season and all, it's time to make those excellent debuts, people. This is about you. Keep that in mind. Now, for those that have stayed distant and remain distant, well, the hell with y'all then. But you understand what I mean. It's that kind of show. What do you expect me to respond with? And speaking of which, as of trying to make things for this show, I gotta say, this is the gift that keeps on coming. The way that people just keep doing stupid things, and the way society just keeps falling down a hole, or the way like everybody keeps coming up with all these other concerns about like, oh, you know, your taxes, I don't want this whole thing with the student loans and stuff like that. I don't want any help from the government. You know, I can do this all by myself. I can do great things, man. I'm independent. I'm strong. You know, I can do all these great things. Yeah, it comes through my taxes. Oh yeah, stimulus comes through my taxes. Oh, it comes through everybody's taxes. It's our damn money! Jesus Christ! You know, what's the point of having it if you're not able to use it for important things? And I like how people do this because everybody's different. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen an SOTA episode where, like, me and Marco were talking about, you know, the whole thing about student loan cancellation. I mean, you know, it's like this. A lot of y'all do different things than I do, and I do different things than you do. But when it comes to it, though, just because somebody is going to benefit from it, why do you lose sleep at night worrying about it? Oh, well, you know, they already take enough out of my taxes and just launder the money. They don't do nothing with it. Yeah, I know. That's welcome to the evils of government and actually being a part of something. And, you know, willfully won't. That's why some people actually choose to be homeless. Believe it or not, when people talk about homelessness, or we should save the homeless and all that stuff, they get benefits from us. They get us to help them get back on their feet. I can nosedive into that a little bit more. But the truth is that that's what happens. Some of our money goes into taxes to help them out, in addition to like school boards and all sorts of other things. So everything that people are arguing about and you didn't segue yourself into it to pay attention to, or what exactly you're paying taxes on, hey, you know, welcome to the real world. Welcome to where, like, you know, you're not blue-pilled anymore, so you can go ahead and see the reality of things. Nothing is without cost in terms of time and in terms of currency. And I'm amazed to see how this is new to people who are either the same age I am, or oncoming to the same age I am, or beyond the age I am. I'm like, damn. Wow, you know, I don't know if the public school system failed us or anything, but, you know, some of them classes, when it comes to either grade school or middle school, really, middle school, because let the kids in grade school be kids, even though it's kind of hard considering like what goes on in those kind of schools too. For real, kids go through a lot of stuff. But like I say, maybe in like junior high going into high school, you should go about things like negotiating should be a skill, taxes, knowing what the hell taxes are about, and everything about budgeting and finance should be a skill right then and there. Because yeah, Common Core math is good. You think you're winning the race, but then you see, like, there's other ways and other factors how you can get roped into crap and don't even know about it. Or read between the lines, like with the fine-tooth comb and all that stuff. Because I agree. In some aspects, I agree. You know, some of that money can come back to bite us in the end about a lot of things, but it's like this. You should be able to use it to go ahead and pay some things down. I don't mind it coming in because, you see, I kept the bill low for my student loans, so I'm happily willing to get rid of all that. I don't want it here. And the other stuff I can take care of on my own because money I can always get. Of course, not in this day and age. This day and age wants me to complain about everything, wants me to walk on eggshells about other people's feelings. No, Jay, you don't think about your mental health. You don't think about the things that you have achieved. No, you got to think about other people. You got to think about other people and where they're going at. This is how the public sounds to me, so if you're offended, shut up. You gotta be about that, Jay. No, oh, Jay, because of the way you spoke out about Robin being bisexual, you're against LGBTQ. Oh, Jay, because of the way that you date a white woman, it's against your race. You're against race. Shut up, damn it. None of that stuff plays a factor in this. And at the same time, no, I'm not about that whole thing. I'm more inclusive. Guess what? How to be inclusive without saying you're inclusive? BJ Man. Jesus. You know, if I'm not about the cause or the growth of things, then I wouldn't speak about it. If I wasn't about, like, you know, looking into things and saying, hey, how we can make this better, while at the same time telling the world why it sucks, I clearly wouldn't be here right now. But you see a lot of this crazy stuff that goes on is because somebody wants to control somebody else. And you see it on Twitter all the time. Like, I'm telling you this, I know we've made fun of She-Hulk a lot on here to the point where it's pretty much the community punching bag here at J360 Productions. But as it should be, that show friggin' sucks. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of it. You know, I kind of wasn't a fan of Moon Knight. It had something interesting there for a little bit, but then after a while, I was like, I hate this. You know, like the multiverse saga in general has been nothing more but a shell of what was great. And not to mention, like, when's Armor Wars coming? And even the show that I did give a damn about, which was Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you know, it was only good for one watch. It's not like I'm going to go back to it and watch it again. But anyway, enough of all this stuff about the MCU on that front. Let me talk about this whole She-Hulk thing. The funny part is, that show is popular because everybody talks about it. And like what I'm going to say now, you know, how come I just can't like the show? You know what I mean? How come I just cannot not like the show? I don't need to be a fan of it. They're going to make their money regardless what. They're going to have their money because some people with the lizard brain will happily go into that whole thing and say, you know what? Yeah, this is alright. I think this show is okay. That's your opinion. But if I have an opinion like, I don't like the way the characterization of She-Hulk is in this whole thing, and it has nothing to do with her career, it's just like, oh, she's going to be whining about it and doing a male ball-busting speech every time she's around, and then she's got the nerve to break the fourth wall like Deadpool and Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff, which, by the way, yeah, She-Hulk did break the fourth wall in the comic. I know that. I used to read them. But the thing about it is this. She was a lot more enjoyable in the comics. Because it wasn't always that one narrative. It seems like anything with female empowerment has to be that one narrative. Has to be, we can do better than the guys. We're so much more important than guys. The F you're feeling, guys. You suffer in silence like we did. Even though at the same time, you know, you wouldn't know about the sufferings and the trials and tribulations of men in general outside of the ones that you dated, and even then it's the ones that will willfully tell you about the things that they went through. Everybody talks about the same old thing about what's strength, what's masculinity, what's real love, and what's fake love, what's all this other kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And it's to the point where it's all out here, nothing but fallacies and broken ass opinions, and then like people got the nerve to want to take all said broken ass opinions and try to lump them into the general thought of things. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how, like, say like you have a life quote you live by, and then somebody else counters it with another life quote, and all this extra stuff. And it's like, you know, it seems like the quotes we use sometimes are left to interpretation. It seems like sometimes, you know, and if you challenge that quote, oh, you're the bad guy because you challenged it. You know what I mean? Like, people need hope. And I'm not trying to say I'm going to take away your hope from you. But the thing about it is, if I come out of my way to talk to you to see how you're doing, I'm not imparting anything on you. I'm not going to go ahead and hurt your feelings and crap. I'm not going to go ahead and make you feel less of a woman, and then vice versa, you're not making me feel less of a man. Like, if I hold a door open for you, I was raised to do that. Chances are because, you know, you probably needed the help. You're probably fumbling with your purse. I mean, there could be a lot of things going on. I don't know, but if I don't hold that door open, then all of a sudden, I'm the capital S douchebag at that point. You know what I mean? It's funny because it's like a damn if you do and damn if you don't situation all the time. Like, you can't win regardless. Or if you hold the door open, they go ahead and stern and look at you all mean and crap. Or like, you know, the one person that sits in the car with their purse, and because of my 6'3", because yeah, I can totally change my frame anytime I want to, they clutch their purse and stuff like that. Yeah, like that nonsense doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all, really. But it's like, you know what? If I wasn't who I was, it probably would. Because the thing is, it's like, why do they see me as such? You know what I mean? Where all this hate come from? And I don't even know you. You understand what I'm saying? It's funny because people think that you should automatically know this stuff. Like you should automatically be caring about somebody and how they feel about themselves, when at the same time you're not even raising or clothing these people. You should automatically care about their feelings, but they don't give a lick about yours. It is the most amazing crap in the world. That's why, you know, this episode is called Eggshells. Because that's all it friggin' is. The world is a giant eggshell nowadays. And you know what? I am not a part of y'all world like that. I'm really not. You see, some of y'all like to hold on to these eggs and to look at these eggs and hope that they stay fresh forever. Whereas I know that they're rotten. I will happily throw them against the wall. I will happily smash every egg that I can smash, and I'll happily make an omelet out of any damn thing, regardless of who's in the recipe or not. That's who I am. I'm not going to say I came from a different time. A long time ago, that used to be the thing, but, you know, Woke people can mess that up too. Oh, well, you gotta get with this time. You gotta get with... No, you get the hell out of my face. You shut up and get out of my face before I really rearrange it. You came to me, didn't you? See, there's a big difference. It's not like I came out of my way to go to you, because you don't have nothing inviting or nothing great over there. There's nothing but a whole bunch of BS and stank over there. As far as I'm concerned, the eggshell is rotten as hell. And try to change the way people think. Oh, see, but it can't be change over time. It can't be like natural change and natural growth and development. Like, I've changed a lot. A long time ago, shoot, I used to be a lot more meaner and a lot more fired up than I ever was. But, you know, you grow as a person, and it's got to be like growth on things, so you start to appreciate things more. A long time ago, I used to think people were a lot of idiots, but I used to have, you know, I used to be open to people regardless. I used to see, like, people I could vibe with. Not walk around here and think everybody's my best friend and everybody likes me. Not everybody likes you. You don't like everybody, so why the hell would you think that? You understand what I'm saying? It's like this. It's like no matter what I would do, man, people would sit there, have a problem with things. Or they'd be like, you know, I just don't get it, Jay. I just can't understand you. Well, good, damn it. That means I don't have to buy you anything in terms of like holiday season or anything. That's great. Keep your ass away from me then. I'm totally happy with it. Like, shoot, if if I'm throwing a party, you don't show up, I'm still going to have a party anyway, whether I'm there by myself or not. Because I, unlike most of you, because some of y'all never crossed this threshold, I actually like who I am. Whether I'm really, really insane or really, really reasonable, I like myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't sit there worrying about my relationship and stuff. Y'all do that on the daily. Y'all sit there and talk about, you must be thinking of other girls. You must be thinking of other guys. And then, like, you know, and some of y'all on the alphabet side of things, y'all be sitting there thinking about your person and sitting there going, must be thinking about blah, 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 blah. You know how draining that is? You know how tiresome that BS is? And then you got the nerve to try to emulate your life by the people you idolize, like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, any of these people that don't even know who the hell you are, but at the same time, you sit there, you're always like, oh, I'm going to have the life like they are. Obviously, they don't have everything figured out, because they'll go ahead and tell you one stupid thing on Twitter, and then it blows back in their face, and then all the press team got to go up in there and try to change that, but then, you know, they recant and they say, you know, I'm wrong, I'm a river of hope. I'm going to change myself for the betterment of the world now. No. You're going to be the same piece of crap you were yesterday going into tomorrow, and then coming back talking about it on another day, because that's who you are. It's just like when the whole Will Smith thing, or anything dealing with the Currys at one time. Aisha Curry was out there talking about none of the guys were actually paying her any attention, and she felt bad about it. It's like, you know, this attention whoring is amazing. This stuff is so stupid and ridiculous. It's beyond the pale. That's why I go hard in the paint to tell you that, guess what? You friggin' suck. You're not important. It's okay for you to not be important right now. Who the hell wants to look at you and stuff like that? It's okay. Go live your life. Like, one time it's good to showboat, and then another time, you know what? It's good to go ahead and just be like, hey, I'm just going ahead through it. This is my world too. I know what it's all about. There's a reason why I don't get invited to certain, like, content creator parties and stuff like that. But you got to also remember, J-Man lives for J-Man. And at the same time, there are some parties that J-Man doesn't go to. J-Man throws the parties most time. And then those that come in are open to come. And then those that don't, I'm not looking for them. I mean, you think about it. Like, there was this one artist that I knew, like, a long time ago, she used to share my stuff. But I must have really pissed her off or something. But at the end of the day, I didn't stop a beat. You know what I mean? I just unfollowed her and threw her out. I didn't care. Because at the end of the day, I don't keep those that don't want to be kept. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not here to please people all the time. Outside of the group. And even then, that's questionable. I got to please what's right for the brand and what's right for me as a person. And then I got to carry on and get where I need to be. And it's funny, though, as I speak about these celebrities and stuff, Meg Thee Stallion, Meg Thee Stallion. I've seen Little Kim enough to the point where Meg Thee Stallion doesn't even compare. It would take 5 Meg Thee Stallions to get my attention. You think about it. It would take, like, quite a lot of people. And, you know, even the woman I love the most, like, you know, I look at her, and she's beautiful as hell, and I respect her and all that stuff, but I already have her. And not to mention, like, you know, if I ever idolized her like that, I'm not living for me, and I'm not taking care of the most important things for that common ground to be there. We always have each other. That's the beauty of that whole thing. And in terms of like relationship problems, you need to be able to talk. A lot of y'all do this kind of stuff and think, oh, when you get into a relationship, all your problems will end. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. You know what? Y'all need to stop lying to yourselves like this. Any of you chronically single people out here that think that all your problems are going to go away just because you get in a relationship with someone, you full of it. You better make sure you handle your own personal problems first before you do any of this stuff. Before you even engage in the cesspool that is, social interaction. And the only reason why social interaction is a cesspool is because for some reason these institutions that are around us will not empower it. They'll not empower you meeting people. They're not going to empower anything other than quirkiness, social awkwardness, and all this kind of stuff. Isn't it amazing how they do that crap too? They'll throw that in front of you and say like, oh, you never know, you might find it creepy. Oh, you might find it kind of creepy. Oh, it's kind of this. It's like, you know what, we need to retire that friggin' word. A long time ago, it used to be fun around like Halloween season or causing mischief. But the problem is, much like the word cringe, they use it in the whole general cycle for everything. Romance is creepy. If there's one thing about life that I can clearly tell you, among other things about life that I told you, life is going to give you a lot of malaise. And let me just tell you this. It sounds like a dressing, but it's not, fool. Malaise is uncomfortableness. You're going to be uncomfortable anyway. Like, say like you had a great job and you made all this money from it, but company ran out of money, and then all of a sudden you're asked out of a job, and you tried so hard to go look for your next job, your next gig, and all that kind of stuff. It's like this, but it's no fault of your own. It's just a lot of malaise that came in. And the thing is, when that happens, you're really uncomfortable, aren't you? There's nothing you could do to get that job back, but you could go and find something that pays more or is equal to the job you just left. But at the same time, you're going to work on trying to get to something better, right? Isn't that the plan? Or unless you want to stay there and feel sorry for yourself. Oh, a lot of y'all feel sorry for yourselves out here, and you want somebody to feel sorry with you. That's the thing. I don't think so. Not on my time. Kiss my ass. All right? I had my moment like that. I'm not 13 anymore, so at the end of the damn day, I stopped giving a damn. I'm going for me. I'm all I got. Like, even when I mention my girl, it's the truth. I have to go for me too, and I care about her a lot, and that's just the way it goes. And like for any of these other girls that I knew throughout my life, it's the same old thing, but I had to really make sure I was under control for me first before I could get with any of them. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if it fits in with that 5-pill system that a lot of these alpha males tell you about. Hey, by the way, let me tell you about alpha males for a moment. You know what? F that noise. F the beta males. F the gammas. F the epsilon. F all the stuff in the Greek alphabet. Because you know what? I never joined a fraternity. I thought it was kind of BS. And not to mention, I hated that crap. Cult mind thinking mother... I'm trying not to cuss. But the truth is that, guess what? For real, I hated that crap in college. And you guys got the nerve to want to throw that around on anything. Strength differs for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, take example, my brother Alan. His strength differs a lot from my strength. Same thing with Space Force. Same thing with, my girlfriend. Same thing with Mina Ramey. Same thing with quite a lot of people I know in my life are strong people. So I kind of have an affinity to that. But the thing about it is they're also creatives. They also do a lot of cool things that I don't do. So, there's a vibe there. You understand? And I'm not trying to force anything. Oh, this is cute, too. I like it when people try to say, you're going to try to force us there. I will not force you to do anything. But I will highly suggest, especially if we're in business together, especially if we're working on a project or something, I will highly suggest. I will give, ideals and things like that we could do. The thing is, you got to be man enough, woman enough, or whatever the hell you go by enough to be a part of it. Be driven. Make stuff happen. You know what I mean? Who cares who you piss off? Who cares who you offend? Me driving around in a blue car offends people. Think about it. Me having a job offends people. It's amazing, but it's very true. Me having a good life and a great production company, that offends people. And obviously, I already did the examples earlier. Mainstream America and the populace that surrounds it, and not to mention the ideologues, friggin' suck. And the fallacies that are out here that are being used as logic, it's just mind-numbing. You know? Have we gotten that lazy to the point where we're not really going to take charge on things? Have we gotten to the point where we're so apathetic that we're not going to go ahead and stand for something? Now, I can understand, like, there are some friends of mine that are really, really tired. If you're really, really tired, a nap is not going to fix you being tired. Okay? It's not. And I totally get that. But you see, things is, when you're in a leadership position like me, you can't have a bad day. You got to go a little harder every moment. You got to be willing to go with it. Like, I'm not trying to flex on you or anything, but I'm just trying to say some of you out there probably want to do similar stuff to me. And the thing is that, like, yeah, ride the wave, damn it. That's about the best thing you can do. This stuff is stupid. And be mindful of what you invest in terms of time, people, and money. And by the way, don't be flashing your money all around at people and stuff. Who the hell do you need compensation from? The next time I see that kind of crap, I'll be like, dang, that dick energy is low, isn't it? And I'm also including a lot of you men out there. I'm just saying, like, I don't give a damn about how you empower yourself. Maybe that's your way of doing it. But it's out there in the public, and there's better ways to do it, damn it. Women supporting women. No, some of y'all are catty as hell and want to fight each other. Trust me, I know the lie when I see it. Men supporting men. Some of y'all are a bunch of bitches. You can't even call yourselves men anymore. You're going to have to do better with yourselves. You're going to have to be a little bit more truth to yourself. And then at the end of the day, stop worrying about who the hell likes you or not. Stop worrying about, like, oh, you draw the attention and favors of your favorite rapper or your favorite artist and all that kind of stuff. You know the line of never meet your heroes? Fortunately, most of my heroes are dead. Well, except my dad. But the point is this. Love you, Pop. Love you. But like I was saying, most of my heroes on the whole holiday front and all that kind of stuff over there, they're dead. Or otherwise, you know, fictional based like the comic book characters or the video game heroes and stuff. You know? I mean, think about it. I like Ryu from Street Fighter. I think his whole thing is pretty friggin' awesome. Especially when I'm using him to Shoryuken people into the abyss. But as I go on, it's like, you know, the thing is that I gotta build my story. I'm the main character of my life here, and who I choose to operate around and all that kind of stuff, but there's a vibe there. You know what I mean? I don't willfully try to force things that you can't force this stuff. You gotta see exactly what's gonna happen. You know? And then you gotta go ahead and listen to yourself. Now, how you shape yourself is entirely up to you, but you can always change, you can always do better. And you're just going to have to understand, like, you're popular one year, and then the next year, you know, are you fighting to maintain onto that one piece of popularity, or are you like me, where you go to a whole different island, and your popularity is 10,000 stronger? It could be a whole lot of different things. Like, you know, I'm not trying to stay the same. I want a lot of new things to happen, too. Even with the same people in my life here. I hope that they grow and they develop into better people and the better content creators. And never have to succumb to whatever the scum is out here. Even if I'm not on the show. That's my whole thing. You know? But yeah, I have to check my ego too. I'm not 100% perfect. And I never will be. But I'm great at being me. A lot of y'all don't even know who the hell you are. And then you want to throw, like, artists at me. I love it, too, when people try to correct me on my speech about, like, how an artist's name is and all this kind of stuff. And keep in mind, I don't know this artist, but I know who you are. And the thing about it is, if I know you, I'm going to crack you about something awful at that point. And especially those that, you know, who come up randomly trying to correct my speech on their name. I don't give a damn. Okay? I don't care. It's not like I'm a part of the fan base or anything. I just saw this person, I'm like, oh, so that's who you guys are talking about? Like, you know, things like that. Understand how to have a conversation. That's the thing. I don't need your help in correcting me on this stuff. It's much in the same way if I go to, like, a convention and somebody tries to quiz me on stuff like, oh, that'll help me get into your little group. Yeah, F off. I'll go ahead and I'll start messing up your whole thing. I'll just pull out different acts of logic and just screw with your mind at that point. Because guess what? You went to this threshold, and there's a point where I don't like people. I mean, I'm friendly and sociable as the get-go and stuff like that, but everything else is about levels, and it's about timing. It's about all that kind of stuff. And you know what? Don't any of y'all be looking and turning your nose up at me about it, because you do the same damn thing, too. What was the one thing that we learned as kids, right? Don't talk to strangers. But what's the funniest thing about our lives and our social groups? Everyone was a stranger at one time. See? Now we know about the conflict, don't we? It's crazy as hell. But like I said, you go ahead and you try to present something like that, somebody's eggshell is broken up, and then all of a sudden start whining, start talking that stuff, and then all of a sudden the social networks will come out of their way to reinforce their algorithm to block any sort of counter speech. Or find a way to pause independent thought because, hey, control. What's the best way to control somebody? Take away their choices. That's how you do it. And it's sad. And the truth is that a lot of people, quote, live in fear, but at the same time try to say they're not afraid, but they try to empower and use said fear and miserable malaise and all to empower and threat it on other people, whereas they get scared, and then all of a sudden, strength in numbers like that. It's not even a legitimate cause. It's sad as hell. But even as I go further into this rabbit hole, I also see, more and more people try to go ahead and be like, oh, I know more than you. You're not applying it. I just see a narcissistic dumbass. See what I'm saying? So it's little things like that. Like, nobody impresses me at this point. And you want to know why celebrities don't impress me like anything? Because I'm in the industry. Yeah, for real. Building J360 Productions and going ahead and doing event videography, and not to mention what I do in my day job, I'm in the industry. I am in the media field. And you know something? Even if I got to put up or deal with or meet any of you, I'm going to do my job, whether you like it or not. And I'm going to scare the living hell out of you with facts. Because you know what? Some of y'all don't operate on facts. You operate on the idea of a union's going to protect you. You operate on the idea of, at the same time, that I'm supposed to puff smoke up your ass. I'm not doing it. I will actually take a hammer and flatten you down. Because that's who I am. And I do not like my time wasted. And that goes for a lot of you e-celebrities like me out here, or it goes for a lot of you damn annoying, tiresome celebrities too. I don't care about your clout. I'm just trying to do my job, make my pay, and get where I need to be at. I don't give a rat's ass about a lot of things. You do not impress me. Like some of the people that, try to say stuff about the live stream that I've done, or try to say acting like they're a big game. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything to me. I'll happily pop the pins, take a pin, happily pop all the balloons of your ego, sit right there, look at you, and be like, what have you learned? You all run around and say that you don't care. I will show you it. Because there's quite a lot of difference, of who I am as a person. And when I start bringing that to work, oh yeah, room gets a lot colder. It don't make no sense half the damn time what people do and all this kind of stuff. It doesn't make any sense how they try to throw that stuff on you. And hopefully I'll never have to go to that level. I remember one time where I kept things strictly business. We managed to get that project done, and I scared the living hell out of them people. I'm so sick of it. You understand what I'm saying? It's called respect. Respect is what wins out, what rules over things. I mean, these jobs that I take and all these other things that are in the media field and all this stuff here with podcasts and everything, it's already annoying enough without somebody outside looking in, talking about, how this isn't going to make it, how this isn't going to work, how that's not going to be a thing, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a thing because we worked on it. It's not going to be a thing because your sorry butt doesn't get in gear and do anything. That's what it is. And I'm not going to come save you. I'm just not. I got a pretty good group, and I got a pretty good tribe, and it's still growing. But at the end of the day, we're not including you in it. We don't give a damn. You had your moment to showcase how good of a person you are, and if you decide to go to that route where, ego outsells, your ego's not even going to get shine. We ain't even going to humor it. Not in this part of the neck of the woods, It's just amazing. And it's just once again, I'm not walking on eggshells for nobody. I'm just not going to. Do my own thing, call my own shots, make the stuff happen. And it's just like a lot of you out there, too. If you feel empowered and you feel like you're ready to take your stuff, well, make sure you really are empowered and not to the point where these people will pump you up to get you to enable to do things, Make sure you be mindful of, legitimate advice versus enablers. A lot of people like drama. A lot of people like to go ahead and toss some drama in there, toxify this stuff up until it's in their face. You get my whole drift on it? Alright, because we got one more scenario. And that one more scenario is your social media from time to time is a joke. After a while, you're going to have to get away from the circus. You're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to be hey, it is what it is. Because I remember Oh, I remember this one celebrity sitting there talking about, you got to get a job. To solve poverty, you got to get a job. That's the one. That's it. That's the answer to everything that surrounds us, guys. And ladies and everybody else. Guess what? That's the answer. We got to get jobs. We got to get jobs so that we can go ahead and then what, you know? We just all have to get jobs. It's that simple. The hell it is. All right, look, here's the thing. I got 3 jobs, all right? And let me just talk about any of you all out here that have jobs and stuff like that. Do you not know how ridiculous the job market is? Now, I'm not saying that there aren't jobs out there for us, but you got to make sure like the job that you go for is really going to cover the important stuff of your life, such as like a roof over your head, paying for utilities, like what does the monthly bills look like, and things that you take care of. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that job has a livable wage for you, that you find a way to make it work without ever overdoing it or at the same time drying yourself out like a husk because that main job that you have, that one job you have, doesn't pay enough. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Get a job, right? Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. You got $250,000 and crap. Yeah, but I totally need to go get a job, right? Uh-huh, indeed. Why don't you go somewhere with your stuff? Take your stupid logic and shove it up your ass. Things like that. See, the thing is, we can all get jobs, but how do these jobs pay? What do these jobs cover? Is there benefits in these jobs? Is there something that's going to make my life easier by having this job? Think about it. That doesn't require me to pay, you know what I mean, hand over fist in. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, get a job. Isn't it amazing how rich people like to tell you to go get a job and stuff like that? How about you get a damn job? You know what I mean? Yeah. See how you like it. Or how about this? If you own your corporation and it's helping the cause so much, how about you tell us about the openings? And how about this? Unlike other jobs, don't make the openings and the searching for this stuff harder than it needs to be. Like when we actually put in the resume and the cover letter, you look at the damn thing and you go ahead and you say, hey, you know what? You have the qualifications we're looking for. We're going to give you a shot. Or hey, unlike trying to get free work from interns and saying, hey, you got a job at the end of your internship, to which at the same time, well, we have too many people here. There's no way we're going to go ahead and give you this job right now. But hey, thank you for your free work. See, stupid stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you want to go ahead and say, yeah, get a job. You know what? And of course a woman would say this crap. And yeah, before any of you women break out in hives, it's time to whoop that ass too, so prepare the bottoms. The point is this. Stop telling me to go do these things when at the same time I already have these things. And that goes for a lot of these people out here that are doing the best they can to try to make it through this otherwise stupid time that we live in. Nothing but miscommunication and misinformation. What, are you speaking for the block when you do that crap? We're all trying to work. We're all trying to get where we need to be, but it doesn't say anything in the rule book about any of the income that I get in is going to you. You get a job too. We all have the ability to make a difference in our lives and get where we need to be. But yeah, you start with yourself, all right? And all that crazy stuff that Beyonce told about, if you're still worried about my income, obviously you ain't doing a damn thing for yourself. Who the hell said I was going to share half this stuff with you anyway? We ain't getting married. Yeah, that's my whole thing about that. It's funny because people say this. Oh, but even as I get said job, right, where I'm bringing home like $200, $300 every other week, you know, it's funny because some of these women are sitting here saying, well, we're going to go look for rich men. We're all going to try to get matched up with rich men and stuff. That's what that nonsense is. So it's not even a win-win situation at that point. Trust me, I've seen it. And as far as I'm concerned, yeah, lonely rich people, isn't that amazing? They build all their empires and stuff, and I get it, it's lonely at the top, but at the same time, you're telling the common people to go to these jobs, and then at the same time, while it's inspirational, yeah, but you got to realize the nature of what goes on with that job. If you apply for a job in March, and then that job responds to you in July and tells you that, guess what, you didn't meet our qualifications, or, you know, all this other stuff here, we're just not going to look at your application right now. They didn't give a damn when you went for it. Do you understand? And then, like, you got some people out here say, hey, I want to start my own firm. I want to get my seed money together. I want to make ends meet on this one, and I want this to work out. I want to actually build an industry. But, oh, no, old girl ain't thinking about that. She's sitting there saying, oh, you should go get a job at one of those soul-crushing jobs and stuff like that. That's not going to work out if you go for that. Then, hey, guess what? Exercise yourself and get the hell on out of my sight. Believe me, I lost a girlfriend to that kind of crap. When I wanted to build J360 Productions, she just wasn't with it. So guess what? I said I had to quit it. So I threw her out. But going back into it, though, for real, doesn't make any damn sense. You want to talk all this stuff, but you want me to support your goals, your dreams, all the other things about it here, but you're not going to go and give a lick my way, and you want to tell me to go work at Walmart, where Walmart is not even going to give you any sort of benefits until, like, after 6 months? The hell is wrong with you? For real. These narratives that are out here nowadays, somebody just needs to go ahead and rewrite them. Need to go ahead, take an eraser, rub that stuff out, because it's not helping anybody. And any of these sort of damn things that you guys repost, you're just going to have to realize you might just need J-Man in your life to come and tell you, you know what? That's bullshit. And the world you live in is bullshit. And I spit on the ground you walk. Every step you take is nothing but pure contempt. And the truth is like, you know what? I would say that, but contempt is hate. And there's a lot of energy in hate. But I can't stand the stupidity and the narratives that float around here. I can't stand the fallacies that somehow become facts. And I can't stand, misinformation being chugged as equal to or similar as a Coke bottle around here. And it's stupid. But then you got people say, hey, I want to have a debate with you about Trump. Man, fuck Trump. Okay? I don't give a damn. The only ones that give a damn are these mainstream media networks that keep giving them press time over any of this stuff regarding the FBI. And if he did take documents and everything, that's already a problem. Who's going to hold him accountable for that? And the heck with Biden, too. I don't care. Even if the whole student loans, debacle is around. Why not? It's my own. It's my own damn money. It's money I'm not supposed to see, but it's my own damn money. Think about it. I don't live worrying about the presidents and stuff. I have my own life to do. I have my own choices. I have me to live for. And then, that goes in an extension to my lady and all the other things, yes. But the thing about it is, it's like, yeah, I done did all that crazy stuff. I got 3 jobs, might even have a 4th, and you want to tell me I'm not doing enough. Kiss my ass. All right? And then while you're at it, if you give a damn about my finances and everything else, well, I suggest you go ahead and pay for the foundation of my home. And while you're at it, don't stop until we get to the roof, you jerks. That's the way I go about it. And it don't make no sense. And if you're really feeling like you're hurt on the inside because I say all this stuff, it's the truth. I'm getting tired of the eggshell around here. I'm getting tired of people dictating like what I can and can't do. I'm getting tired of people just trying to take stuff away. I'm not going to stand for it. And I don't think any of you should stand for that kind of stuff either. If you know that this stuff is wrong, or if you know, some of the entertainment that you're watching is not entertaining, then here's the thing. Don't invest in it. You want the bad movies to stop? You want the superhero movies to stop? Then don't go to them. And make sure you tell all the people don't go to them. And make sure at the end of the day, if you got some sort of show formats change all the time. You can say something about it. And don't listen to people that say there's too many podcasts out here. There are quite a lot, but if you have something that you're really, really passionate about and you have something that you need to say, well then damn it, you go ahead and you say it. And make sure it's a viable argument. Just like this episode. But hey, it's what you make it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, once you get that job and all that kind of stuff, and everything just falls into place, right? You ain't got to do no input or no work on it. It takes care of itself, right? Not all the damn time. Stop having a lizard brain. Start paying attention to the world around you. Start doing something a little bit more impactful. Stop being an a-hole about stuff. Start treating things a little bit better than what it needs to be. And at the same time, go get you some real friends. Go for things and try to meet good people if you can. Life doesn't suck that much. But man, if it ain't such a bitch to climb through. But all in all, though, you guys take care of yourself. We got Jams 52 coming up soon. And, it's going to be a pretty good week because we got the power play happening on Saturday. For those that want in, just send me an email at j360production@outlook.com. This is J-Man signing off. Y'all take care of yourselves, but the hell with everybody else.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18 plus.